Ladies, if your doctor asks any of these 6 questions, you need to stop, take a deep breath, and think twice. Because it might not be about your health. It might be about your wallet. Yes, they could be after your money. Stay with me until the very end, because number 5, that one's a textbook red flag, and many older women fall for it without even realizing. Before we dive in, give this video a like, subscribe to the Savvy Senior channel, and tell me in the comments, have you ever felt pressured by a doctor to buy or do something unnecessary? Let's talk about it. 1. Are you feeling tired, sluggish, or just not quite yourself lately? Now let's break this one down, because this is one of the most deceptively dangerous questions older women hear in a doctor's office. On the surface, it sounds compassionate, almost like the doctor truly cares about your quality of life. But here's what I want you to know. This is what we call a fishing question. And you're the fish. Why? Because it's vague. And almost every single woman over 60 can say yes to it. You've raised families. You've worked jobs, cared for others, carried emotional burdens, and your body has gone through decades of life's wear and tear. So of course you might feel tired or off sometimes. But the moment you say, yes, I am feeling more tired than usual, the trap is sprung. I've seen it unfold 100 different ways. Suddenly, you're being told your hormones are out of balance. They suggest expensive blood panels that aren't covered by insurance. You're handed a bundle of vitamin supplements and natural remedies from their in-clinic shelf. Convenient, right? I had one patient, a 74-year-old woman, who came in just wanting her blood pressure checked. She made the mistake of answering yes to this question. She walked out with a $389 energy optimization package and a 3-month wellness plan she never asked for. And the worst part, it didn't help, because her fatigue was from grief. She'd just lost her sister. What bothers me most is that this question makes women feel defective, like they're broken, like something's wrong, just because they don't bounce out of bed like they did in their 30s. But tiredness is human. It doesn't mean you need to spend hundreds on rebalancing. It might just mean you need rest, movement, water, or someone to talk to. So next time you hear this one, don't rush to say yes. Ask why they're asking. What are they looking for? And most importantly, are they looking out for your health or their own pockets? 2, would you be interested in a private screening package? It's not covered, but it's very thorough. Let me tell you something about the word thorough. When it's used in medicine, it can be comforting, yes, but it can also be manipulative. The phrase private screening package should raise every red flag you've got, because what they're doing is offering you diagnostics that are often not medically necessary and charging you full price. I'll tell you about Margaret. She's 68, no major health issues. She goes in for a routine checkup. The doctor, charming, polite, professional, says, "Have you ever considered our comprehensive screening package for women your age? We scan for everything: heart function, hormone levels, bone density, early cancer markers. It's incredibly thorough, not covered by Medicare, but well worth it." And like many women, Margaret thought, why not? Better to be safe than sorry, right? So she agrees. The bill, over $1,200. The results? A few mildly out-of-range hormone markers, which triggered even more expensive follow-ups. The truth? She didn't need any of it. She had no symptoms, no risk factors, but she was scared into thinking she was missing something dangerous. That's the emotional play here. They use the fear of what you might not know to get you to agree to tests you don't need. And because they say it's just to be thorough, it sounds like they're doing you a favor. But ladies, if it's not covered, there's usually a reason. Screenings should be based on medical necessity, age, family history, symptoms, not a clinic's bonus target. If you hear this question, ask, what guidelines support this testing for someone like me? If it's so important, Why isn't it part of regular care? Can I have time to think it over? Don't fall for the fear-based sales pitch, dressed up in a white coat. 3. Would you like to speak with our in-house specialist today? We can book you in right now. This one sounds like convenience, right? Like they're doing you a favor. No need to wait, no need to find another clinic, just pop next door and see their in-house podiatrist, skin specialist, or nutritionist today. But let me tell you how this often works behind the scenes. Many modern clinics operate under a group business model, meaning they don't just make money when you see your GP. They also make money when you get referred internally to someone else in the same building. So when they say, let's go ahead and get you booked with our specialist today, what they're actually doing is increasing the revenue per patient. I had a patient, Joan, who went in to discuss mild arthritis pain. Within 10 minutes, she was being walked into the next room to speak to the in-house orthotics consultant. She walked out with a $300 pair of custom shoe inserts, non-refundable, by the way, and was told she should follow up monthly. None of it was necessary. She was managing fine with over-the-counter options and stretching. It's not just orthotics either. Some clinics push in-house dermatology for precancerous spots, dietitians for preventative weight management, or cosmetic procedures masked as skin health. If you didn't come in asking for that service, and you're not in pain or at immediate risk, you should never be fast-tracked into spending more. Ask, is this urgent? Can I get a second opinion? Do I have time to think about this? You're not being rude. You're protecting your independence and your money. 4. Have you ever thought about hormone replacement therapy? We're seeing amazing results in women your age. Oh, this one gets thrown around a lot lately, especially in private clinics and wellness centers that cater to older women. It's usually said with a warm tone and a reassuring smile, as if they've just discovered the holy grail of aging. Now, let me be clear. Hormone replacement therapy, HRT, can be beneficial for certain women, but only after a thorough review of symptoms, risks, and medical history. The problem is, this question is often posed before any of that. It's not about your health, it's about hooking your interest. You might hear phrases like, you don't have to feel this way forever. You'd be amazed at how much younger some of our patients feel. It's bioidentical, so it's completely safe. Sound familiar? Let me tell you what they don't say. Many of these treatments are compounded hormones, meaning they're custom-made by specialty pharmacies and not FDA approved. They're often not covered by insurance, and they come with a steep monthly cost, sometimes $100 or more just for the creams and tablets. One woman I worked with, Nancy, was 66 and active. She went in for mild sleep issues and left with a custom hormone protocol that cost her $1,400 over 4 months. She started having heart palpitations, hair thinning, and mood swings, but every time she brought it up, the clinic said, "That's your body adjusting." No refunds. No accountability. It wasn't about balancing her body. It was about unbalancing her bank account. So if a doctor starts the conversation this way, don't be afraid to slow things down. Ask, why are you recommending this to me now? Can we review my labs first? Is this medically necessary or optional? Because feeling tired, moody, or a little off in your 60s or 70s doesn't always mean you're broken. Sometimes it just means you're human and need rest, support, or connection, not a hormone cocktail. 5. Would you be interested in trying this exclusive supplement line? It's only available through this clinic. This one infuriates me because now we've gone from medical advice to salesmanship. Your doctor should never be your product supplier. Period. When someone in a white coat says, "We offer an exclusive supplement line only available here," what they're really saying is, "We found a way to profit off your trust." These supplements are usually marked up beyond belief, often 300% or more. And because they're clinician recommended, many older women assume they're superior to store-bought versions. Spoiler alert, They rarely are. Take the example of Elaine, a 72-year-old woman I used to see at my old clinic. Her doctor told her she needed a gut support bundle to help with bloating. She was handed a pre-packaged set of powders and capsules, glutamine, probiotics, digestive enzymes, and billed nearly $280 for a 1-month supply. She later found a nearly identical product line at a reputable health store for under $60. Same ingredients, different label, for times the cost. And guess what? Many of these clinics have bulk deals or partnerships with supplement companies. Some even earn commission based on how many units they sell per month. That's not medicine. That's multi-level marketing in a lab coat. If your doctor suggests a supplement, ask, "Can I buy this elsewhere? Is this absolutely necessary? What happens if I don't take it?" And most importantly, remember this: your health decisions should never come with a sales pitch. If they're pushing products more than listening to your symptoms, they're not serving you, they're serving their own profits. 6. Would you like to book all your preventative care appointments for the next year right now? This one sounds incredibly helpful on the surface. It gives the impression of efficiency, forward planning, and commitment to your long-term well-being. But behind the scenes, it's often about locking you into services that make the clinic more money, not necessarily ones you need. Let me explain. Some corporate medical groups operate like businesses with quotas. The more appointments they have on the books, the more predictable their income. So they train staff to offer year-long preventative bundles, including bone density scans, annual blood panels, skin checks, eye tests, even things like weight loss counseling or chiropractic evaluations. Now, preventative care is important, but it should be tailored to your personal health, not your age on a calendar. You don't need a one-size-fits-all plan created by a finance department. Let's look at Helen, 76. She went in for her routine blood pressure check and was told, "Let's get you booked in for your year of preventative care today." She agreed, trusting their judgment. Over the next 12 months, she had 2 unnecessary ultrasounds, a repeat colonoscopy within 5 years of the last one, a nutritionist appointment she didn't ask for, and a full dermatology consult for a spot she hadn't even noticed. Out-of-pocket cost, nearly $900. Benefit to her actual health, very little. What she didn't get was a mental health screening, which she actually needed after losing her husband the year before, because that kind of preventative care doesn't bill as well. So if someone wants to schedule your year for you, ask, "Which of these are medically necessary for me? Can we review my personal risk factors first? Do I have to commit now?" You're not a subscription service. You're a person, and you have the right to say not yet or no, thank you,